Does Xbox have a surprise for us? Happy birthday to Xbox's biggest mistake. Xbox is getting these games after all. Let's discuss. What's up, guys, and welcome to Xbox Ready, the weekend edition where I team up with Mr. Jimmy Champagne over here to discuss the most pressing issues going on in the Xbox world. We also have a thing going on with YouTube shopping right now. We have like all sorts of accessories and stuff related to Xbox if you want to check that out. So as you know, we're going to be there at this June showcase that's going on for Xbox on June 11th.
Only can go up from here, am I right? Damn, that PlayStation showcase, big disappointment.
I mean, yeah, it's like... just people were telling us it was going to be like crazy. It was going to be popping off this PlayStation showcase, but now Xbox kind of has an opportunity to come and like really bring the thunder, because I know a lot of people were worried like, oh, what if PlayStation has like banger after banger after banger and it's amazing and it's
then
making
Xbox
me drool.
Can't, even if Xbox had its best show, it wouldn't live up.
Yeah, but now they have a great opportunity.
If
this
Xbox
is a
can
gift.
match like last year or that year where they did it over the internet. That's really good.
We may have our first surprise announcement regarding the Xbox Game Showcase, but it's not about a game. Well, it sort of is about a game. Apparently, they're going to reveal a special edition Starfield controller and headset as well. And according to the leaks, the controller is going to be around $80. Headset's going to be like $120.
Oh, so it might be an Elite?
I don't think so. I think
or just like it's got to have some other feature if it's 80.
Because we've seen some of these other special edition controllers, like the Earth Day remix controller that they come to like
inflation.
$80. Yeah,
like I bought the Forza Horizon one. That was $75.
Yeah, and then
I still
also
use that controller. It's really cool.
We have a couple of templates to go by on like what a Starfield controller will look like, because you said like the first party stuff they've done before, the Forza Horizon 5 one, the Redfall ones that they sent us, and then we saw a couple of months ago like what may or may not be like an official Starfield controller. My money is in that it's not. It's just a fan-made one. But what my question would be, like, we've seen the first-party controllers before, and like first-party game studios controllers. Yeah. What would the headset look like? Would it be like the Xbox wireless headset, but with like but the wireless headset is $100. This one's priced at $130. So like, are they just upcharging for the special design?
It seems that way, right?
Yeah.
That headset I've heard is really good, and people were trying to get it for a while, and it was just constantly sold out.
I'm like, what is a Starfield headset gonna look like? Like, how in theme are they gonna go? Is it gonna be like freaking like astronaut helmet?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, or like have a special mic or something. A lot of people want better quality on the wireless microphone. I mean, the wireless headset microphone, because it is kind of like, kind of feels a little cheap when you roll it out and then you roll it back in. Function-wise, it's nice, but I know a lot of people are hungry for an upgrade. I don't know if people would be pleased with just like an Xbox wireless headset reskinned. Do you know what I'm saying?
It'd be sweet if they had a special edition Series X to go along with this, like with the Halo one.
That would do a whole bundle.
Why they only made one of those? That was super weird. They really knocked it out of the park, though. Like that special edition console kicks ass. I think it's awesome. So I'd love to see one for Starfield, because this is like the biggest Xbox game of the year for sure.
Yeah, and like bundle it all in. You get the special controller, special console, special headset. Like go all in on Starfield, because this is like, yeah, it could be like generation defining for them if it goes well. But yeah, we know that they're having an hour-long show for Xbox Game Studios, and then after that, they're doing Starfield Direct, 45 minutes.
So it's 90 minutes total.
Yeah. So I assume that if they were going to reveal special edition controllers, headsets, consoles for Starfield, it would come in that Starfield Direct block, maybe at the end.
And the ROG Ally is going to have a presence there. We found out we're getting a review unit, so we're excited about that. But yeah, it comes out that weekend, like right there during the Xbox show, pretty much on June 12th.
But circling back to what we were talking about with the PlayStation showcase, I was surprised on like how many games that they showed that were actually coming to Xbox. I was like, wait, what? It was like most of these games are coming to Xbox, with the exception of like Spider-Man. What's that, like Square Enix Splatoon kind of knockoff?
Oh yeah, you really doesn't seem like you're missing much there. I saw the tweet that Xbox put out where it was like all these exciting games are coming to Xbox, and it's just a grid. Whoever made that tweet deserves a raise and a promotion. That was super smart to just put that out right after the showcase.
which was a great move, like you said, on their part, because I know, especially like with the new Bungie game Marathon, a lot of people are like, well, now that Sony owns it, like, is that going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5? No,
Right.
Xbox came out pretty quick, like, oh, these games are also coming to Xbox as well.
Are you gonna play the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection? Are you gonna play through those games?
You know,
This guy's about to throw his cred in the garbage. I see it coming.
I will play them.
No,
I will
okay.
play them. But I was confused of the inclusion of that because we were hearing reports from people like Jeff Grubb and
Yeah.
then Windows Central that like Sony struck up a deal with Konami, and like that included games like timed exclusivity on the Metal Gear
Right.
remasters and the new Metal Gear.
My theory on Metal Gear is that they're not calling it Metal Gear Solid 3. They're calling it Metal Gear Solid Delta because this is canonically the first game in the timeline. So I think they're going to build up to Metal Gear Solid 1 and remake that.
Interesting. Okay.
Metal Gear
And
Solid 3 is your big boss.
you will be able to play it on your Xbox. This is
Yeah.
not a situation where it's like, Mike had it.
Until that Master Collection comes out, you can play way more Metal Gear games on your Xbox than your PS5. Like way more.
And that is-
And after it comes out, you'll still be able to play more games on Xbox.
which is very encouraging for our viewers out there, our friends out there, Xbox brothers in arms. It's never nice to miss out on games on either platform, right? You know, so it was cool to see, like, you know, these games are coming to Xbox, and with the exception of like the PSVR 2 stuff and, you know, Spider-Man, also Alan Wake 2 coming to freaking Xbox as well. I really love Remedy stuff, man, and I'm like kind of late to the game on a lot of it, but you told me to play Control. It was on Game Pass. After Control, I got into Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2 is coming to Xbox. I'm like, oh hell yeah. It is going to be what we have learned and the reports that we're seeing. It's going to be digital only on Xbox.
This is crazy. Okay, so Alan Wake 2, you're playing as two detectives, right? One of them, I think her name's like, what's her name? Saga. One of them, her name is Saga. She is somehow, I guess, related to the Old Gods of Asgard band, which are featured in every one of these Remedy games. But her and Sam Lake, who's the guy who is Max Payne's face, and yeah, I guess he's the writer and creative director of Alan Wake, these two characters, Saga and him, who you play half of Alan Wake 2 as, were like Easter egg characters in Quantum Break, which you cannot play on PlayStation. They were like, you could find these TVs, and they had their own like Detective Bright Falls TV show that was like the X-Files. So they vastly changed one of the characters. So you're playing half the game as her, and it looks like Alan Wake, the way that he's going to get out of the creepy world is he's writing his mystery book, and it's coming to life. So he's writing them to find him, which is crazy. So yeah, if you want to get the whole backstory, you can get Alan Wake Remastered on your Xbox, or you can play the original Alan Wake, I'm pretty sure. Then after that, get American Nightmare, which is, I'm not positive, but I don't think available on PS5. Then you play Quantum Break, which I know is not available on PS5.
Right,
and then
Xbox
you do
exclusive.
Control, play the AWE expansion, and you're caught up. And it's not like you don't have to play all those games. They're just that good, where I think they're worth revisiting. And Quantum Break, super underrated. That's like one of Xbox's best games, I think. I was worried from the trailer you're not going to play as Alan Wake, and I was like, come on, man, you're calling it Alan Wake 2? But no, it's 50-50 split. And for people who are worried you're still not going to play as Alan a lot, one of the pre-order bonuses is a skin for his revolver, so there will be like combat with Alan.
You know what looked really cool, also coming to Xbox as well? Phantom Blade Zero. I was like, okay, because, you know, I beat Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I was like, this kind of looks similar, but with cooler combat animations. Like, we're seeing like him using like the traditional,
I was like, how is this being played? Like, is it like when you hit R1 to attack, your guy does like 60 moves at once? Or like,
yeah.
I was like, I need to play this to really understand it, but the graphics were awesome.
Yeah, it looked cool. But yeah, speaking of showcases, let's travel back in time for a sec, because a couple of days ago, it was actually the 10-year anniversary of when they revealed the Xbox One. And then that was like at the beginning of internet meme culture. So, and like, unfortunately, it went on and like is infamous now that we're looking back on it. It's like almost the beginning of the end for Xbox as a brand. Because let me remind you, when they showed this thing off, the Xbox One, they were pitching it as like a all-inclusive entertainment system that the whole family will love. It's not necessarily about games. You can like use it to watch cable. You can use it to work out using our Xbox Fitness app. You can yell at your Kinect and like do all the stuff. And I've been watching a lot of the NBA playoffs over the past couple of weeks. So like I'm sitting there, how awesome would it be? I'm playing the game and I'm like, oh crap, the Lakers and the Nuggets are like in games. Well, they got swept. So like the Lakers and the Nuggets are about to play, or like they're gonna finish the series between the Heat and the Celtics. Like, let me snap that and bring it up while I'm playing the game on the same screen.
Totally.
I know it tanks performance, and like especially like if you do it on an Xbox One.
Jesus Christ!
But like, I will die defending snap. I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool. I can tell my Kinect to snap, and it does it on the console. That was all cool. Yeah, and it's so crazy to think like how that moment, the reveal of the Xbox One, was just like the ramifications that we're still feeling today, like where they're still trying to get back to the point where it's like they're on like they're doing a lot better this generation, but they're still stumbling, and I feel like we can trace it all back to the launch of the Xbox One and the performance over that generation.
It's funny because they have similar problems. Like that idea to make the console appeal to everyone isn't that flawed. The issue is like they probably looked at Nintendo and said, well, Nintendo appeals to everyone. Nintendo appeals to everyone because they have games that appeal to everyone, and Microsoft didn't at the time. And now they have this like beefy ass hardware that's like super powerful and like the strongest console ever, but they haven't released the games. I'm saying they haven't released because they have them coming, allegedly. They haven't released the games to back up what the power does.
Yeah, it's weird because like a lot of the things that they did or were trying to do with the Xbox One, you can argue like, yes, like
the PS5 does a lot of the things.
Because like these consoles have really become like a entertainment hub, but they didn't foresee like the rise of streaming services over cable. You know, like they were thinking like cable and video games versus like Netflix on your Xbox and having it being like a streaming all-in-one thing. So in many ways, it's like they were sort of right, but like it ended up being critically wrong, that like little margin of error. And nowadays it's like they have everything in place with like the ecosystem, smart delivery, Xbox Play Anywhere, cloud gaming, all this stuff, but they don't have like, they're still struggling to find those killer IPs that people like are considering must-haves. Where would you rank in terms of your least favorite things to talk about? Cloud gaming or Activision Blizzard?
Cloud gaming.
Cloud gaming is below, and then Activision Blizzard.
I don't mind the Activision thing. I'm just like, I want a bigger news with it other than like, oh, they're appealing again. It's like, let me know when something happens, like legit. But I hope it goes through because I don't want to see Diablo 4 turn into Overwatch 2. That's like my greatest fear.
They just drop support because they're like, well, we couldn't have anyone back us.
I watched a video on Overwatch 2 and like what they announced, they're like, the reason we're making Overwatch 2 is because we're going to make a fully featured campaign, and then what they have now is just like not even close to what they announced. It's literally like just a broken version of the original Overwatch, and like half the stuff that they changed just doesn't work. I really don't want that to happen with Diablo 4. These games were developed in tandem. Probably they had shared developers across the games. I don't know what's going to happen, but
I think it's going to do well. It'll be fine. Like, people I love from what we've seen in the early access stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't do the stress test, but I did everything else.
Me neither. I'm excited to try that out on ROG Ally.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah, but the news is, like Jimmy already mentioned, that Xbox and Microsoft, they have officially filed an appeal with the United Kingdom CMA. The people who are reviewing this deal and the people who blocked the deal.
I saw that one of the main guys who blocked it used to be a lawyer for Sony, like PlayStation and Google.
Yeah, I wonder how deep that connection is, though. Like, did he work for a firm that like was hired by Sony? I know a lot of people are going to run with it and be like, collusion. But like, I'm like, okay, what exactly is the connection there? That's like a very interesting headline, but I'd like to know the specifics.
There's a weird like way. People talk about it different on Twitter than they do on YouTube. Like people on Twitter are like, ride or die for Xbox. It's like they're doing armchair law legal work for them for free and stuff. And then YouTube's like, I wish this would end so they could announce games and not have to worry about it affecting this massive lawsuit that they have going on, you know?
And you're like, crap. And also the European Commission came out and they explained why they approved it for Europe. Yeah, they were basically like, Xbox has never had market share greater than 20% in Europe, so why not? Let's just do it. There's no serious threat for them to like make such a huge turnaround to where it's a monopoly because they're all the way at the bottom pretty much.
I sort of get why people care about this so much who are younger, right? Like if I was still in high school or college and I was all in on Sony, right? Like I got my parents help me out, or I mowed enough lawns and I bought a PS5 and I was like, yes, I'm getting all these good games. And then suddenly there was an opportunity to have a lot of the games that I bought the PlayStation for to be taken away and put on Xbox, and then suddenly Xbox was going to be the best. I'd be like devastated. I would not be able to convince my parents to buy a second console. I would not be able to save up like hundreds of dollars again. Like that would just be like, because you know, a few weeks seems like a few years when you're younger, but now I'm like, man, if Xbox gets a bunch of great games, like if I didn't have an Xbox, I could just buy one.
So yeah, they were explaining, Xbox doesn't have a huge market share in Europe, but the one place where they disagree, because the CMA also agreed with that statement, the one place they disagree is cloud gaming. So that was the stickler for the United Kingdom,
God. It's so
which
funny
I thought
that
was
this
like
is the
kind
can
of
of
weird.
worms. It's like it's become this massive can of worms when it's just a supplementary feature that no one really uses. It's crazy.
They were saying that, we also had concerns about cloud gaming, but we were satisfied with the remedies in Europe. The 10 years on Boosteroid,
so
GeForce
petty.
Now, all that stuff. So it further makes the United Kingdom being like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I want to know what they think cloud gaming is and or will become.
Yeah.
Because it's like that guy who asked the TikTok dude if TikTok accesses your Wi-Fi. It's like that level probably that they've got going on cognitively.
Right, like these
when
people
they're thinking about cloud gaming.
They don't know about these politicians.
Like I had to show my mom how to take music off of Apple Music yesterday. Like that's the age range we're dealing with this stuff, and it's like you expect them to get a fair trial out of any of this. That's never happening.
So like these people, they don't like know the video game industry. They don't play games. Like they're over there in England eating crumpets and freaking like playing wiffle ball. I don't know. What other? I've never been to England or Europe, as you can probably tell.
They're eating beans with toast.
But so we're increasingly looking at the situation where it's like it may be approved in a lot of these other markets, except for the United Kingdom. They even approved it in China the other day, I saw. Anyways, guys, that's all the news we have for today.